financial domination is a scamming problem. And so it turns out a lot of times the people that are sending money, so you basically, you're like talking to this chick and you send her $1,000 and you like, it's one
That's
thing.
not the scam. Like when the funny part is like, because this is written by Vice, like when a chick goes, send me $1,000, you piece of shit. That's not the scam. That's not the scam part. Cause you'd be like, oh, is that the scam? That's a real job. That woman is putting on her fucking hard hat. She's clocking in and working just a real honest job.
You're bang on. That's the funny part.
That's not a scam.
So Vice is like, hey, there's these women that are making an honest living by finding men on the internet and getting them to send them money for nothing.
Yes.
And
for literally nothing.
And she goes, then there's these dudes that are taking advantage of that.
Yeah, because it turns out that it's like the easiest thing to catfish.
Maybe the
on.
easiest gig ever, right? Yeah, and the one girl was mad. She was like, and some guys are suspicious now that I only have 6 followers.
You're like, but then I can't get more followers unless I get more guys. It's kind of a chicken and the egg scenario.
It's so crazy. She goes, there's lots of easy money to be made, says a fraudster who's already conned $5,000 out of being one pay pig. Dude, it's... Also, if you never find out, I guess no harm, no foul.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. If you
What's the difference?
If you're a pay pig and you think you're talking to a real woman and you're getting off,
really, what's the difference?
What is the difference? It's not like you were meant to meet this person at some point, and then that's where you're like, oh, it all falls apart here. Like the whole point is you never meet.
I mean, it is insane, like to know that, like when you're talking to OnlyFans chicks, you're talking to like a dude in India sitting there with like 9 computers. Yeah, do you want me to see your bobs? Report. You go, wait a second.
Hey, wrong guy.
Hey, I can show you my I can show you my bobs for $10. You go, wait a second.
Yeah, it's tough out there for ladies. You know.
Yeah, so
this economy.
So basically, they go, there's a massive influx of new people trying to find their footing in the scene. What does that even mean, though, your footing in the scene? Like you essentially set up a profile that's like, send me money.
Yeah.
That's what you're
but you have to,
in the scene.
Yeah, I guess you have to know all the ways, because every chick is just like, just send me money. But I guess you have to know all the ins and outs of pay piggery. You have
to know the what the guys want, I guess.
I guess there's an art to it of being a really good findom.
I don't think
like
there
it's
is
not
an
just
art.
like, hey, send me $1,000, you loser.
I think that it's, honest to God, think it is sort of that though.
You think it's just, but then how do like guys?
How are these guys all scamming them so easily then?
I guess. Well, again, men are better at art generally.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You might think the scammers in a scene where the vast majority of those being sent money are female would also be mostly women. But according to Scarlett, this is not the case. And it's funny because I'm like, I actually don't think that.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I'm sure you imagine that all the girls it's the girls doing the scamming. And I was like, no, it's dudes like have that
girls do girl scamming, which
they're doing
they invented findom.
The girls are doing the original scam.
Like they invented this.
Yeah.
Props to them. But then guys come in and you go, we can do this a little better.
Yes, and because you go, you're not doing anything. You're just a photo. And it'd be like, hey, how about I just use your photo?
How about I use your photo, but replace my Cash App tag?
Yeah, some oldest trick in the book. The old Cash App.
I love that a guy who got scammed became a scammer too. That's the best.
That's the perfect full circle.
Yeah,
he was like, wait a second.
This guy says, according to Joey, a former pay pig who turned his hand to catfishing after being scammed himself. He probably got scammed. He goes, holy shit, it was so easy to scam me. Why aren't I scamming other men like this?
I know, right?
What do you think like the annual dollar figure of all findoming is in like the world? Like you think it's like 100 million?
Is it $1 billion industry?
Is it $1 billion? Yeah. Is findoming $1 billion industry?
I would say no, but I think it's getting
100
up
million?
there. Yeah, I do think
Are
100
findoms, are pay pigs paying
here's the
100
thing.
mil?
There's a fine line between pay pig and relationship and a lot of
No, I'm talking about specifically
internet pay pig where you never meet the
internet
girl.
never meet. Yeah.
Well, how many guys send money to OnlyFans girls? Like, does that count? You're definitely dabbling in being a pay pig.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, think about how many guys, like, even think of like Karen Fee and how many guys just like send her
money. Yeah, that is
$100
that
all
is
the time.
findom stuff.
Like,
but I think part of it
so
too
maybe it is $1 billion.
There's like an element of that where they're like you're sending more money than you're like comfortable with because there's like a bit of a thrill there.
Oh yeah,
I can't pay my electricity bill this month. Oh.
Yeah, it also feels like the real thing. You're like, oh, they're making me waste money that I don't have. It's almost like she's my girlfriend.
Wait,
that's the girlfriend,
not the girlfriend experience.
That's the real girlfriend experience. That's the true girlfriend experience.
Yeah. I really can't afford this trip.
Yeah. And she goes, she claims the perps are typically men who are jealous of the women. That was one of my favorite things too. She's like, the reason that the men are doing this scam is because they're jealous of
I also
the women.
love the nerve of a woman to call them perps. Fuck off. You're perps. You're all perps.
You are a perp.
You are also a perp.
You 100%.
That's some nerve to call them
the
like,
perps.
We're honest. We're just honest workers, and they're perps.
Yeah. What's the difference? Like, well, I'm scamming this guy out of like $100,000 a year, but I'm a girl.
But they're my photos.
They're my photos, yeah. And they're doctored photos, so
of course
they're almost
heavily
my
doctored.
photos. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's the funniest part, that she's calling everyone else as a perp and not her. But also funny is that she says these guys that are scamming the people, it's not because they think it's a good scam and they want to make money. It's because they're jealous. They go.
I mean, it's literally one of the greatest scams on earth.
Yeah, but I guess you go, they're not jealous of like, I guess everyone's jealous of making money.
Yeah, of like the ease at which you just scam men out of money.
Y'all jealous. Like,
no.
Yeah. You have a good scam, and they have a better scam.
Yeah, they have a better scam. They don't have to show their bodies.
They don't have to show. They invented a better scam than yours.
For sure. Yeah, they made the better mousetrap.
Even seasoned pay pigs. Pay pigs is so funny. Even seasoned pay pigs will submit to catfishing sometimes in a moment of weakness. This happened to Mark. He's a seasoned pay pig. I've been pay pigging when you were in the stroller, buddy. You think this is my first pay pig rodeo?
I've been pay pigging since you were in short pants.
You think this is my first pig rodeo?
This is so crazy. How do you find pay pigs for your article?
I think they probably do other pay pig articles, and they go, if you're a pay pig, like,
they probably have like a pretty good like kind of CRM spreadsheet stuff, so they just search pay pig. They find all the pay pigs they've ever interviewed.
That's true. They're just like, we've interviewed 100 pay pigs. Yeah. This happened to Mark, a tech worker from London in his late 20s. Late 20s seems too young to be pay pigging.
Yeah, that's like 50, and I guess, but once you have too much money, then the pay pigging like doesn't work.
You have to probably lose so much money to get
and then people start. Yeah, you probably have to.
So he's what Doms refer to as a whale. They call the big pig a whale.
Like, how do you become like? Is there some sort of trauma that causes you to be a pay? Like your dad, like beat you with like a sack full of coins.
It has to be something.
Kinda,
yeah.
And then you go like, I'm a pay pig.
I think it might have been like
you get financially like you need that domination because you got beat with.
Or it's your ex. You had some ex-girlfriend, the one that got away, that used to spend all your money, sort of situation.
And you just miss her.
The big spender. They dream of dominating. That's what they call the whale. Like they're one that got away for the what are they, the findoms?
Findoms, yeah.
They all have like one guy that like one day, you know what I mean?
Of course. It's like the big score,
One last
It's like
job.
Ocean's, yeah, like one last job.
$12,000 they got from this one whale, and then he met through an anonymous social media app called Whisper. So Whisper is the
all right, guys, if you're listening, open a Whisper account.
Yeah, open a Whisper account with a fake photo. Yeah. And then he reverse image searched her to find the photo was just complete.
I was going to say, that would be like number one. But again, it's like if you don't reverse image search and then you still get everything you want out of this arrangement.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah. Other than the fact that I guess after the fact you find out you're talking to a dude and you got scammed, then you're like, oh, I got scammed. But in the at the time you didn't.
We don't know.
I guess though, if you rely on going back to the spank bank for that, and then you go, that just bankrupted the bank. That was a run on the spank bank. Right? You go, the spank bank's empty now. There's nothing left because
it's a run on the spank bank.
I found out that it's all a lie. So
that's a run on the spank bank.